Rising Chorus. That's the dragon.
Oh, God.
Guess is the antecedent at the solar at present. Let's not keep her waiting any longer. Determined lady. That would either be the right hand of the one Ishgard general guy, or the person who became Shiva temporarily.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. No, it's not the Shiva person. Yeah, it's Lucia.
Lucia, okay.
Okay, so it's the guard person.
Hello.
We have a guest from Ishgard who wishes to speak with you. I believe the two of you have met.
Hello.
We have. I had hoped to speak with Commander Leveilleur as well, but I cannot afford to wait any longer.
The dragon coming back?
Hither to request your aid in a matter of grave import.
Probably.
You see now why I had Tataru summon you.
Now that we're all assembled, perhaps you would be good enough to elaborate on the nature of the matter which brought you to us.
The Observatorium's astrologians have sounded the alarm.
Uh-oh.
Last night, the Dragonstar burned with an intensity not seen in 15 summers.
Yikes.
Not since the Dravanians engaged the Empire in the Battle of Silvertear Skies.
Oh, that's right. A bunch of the dragons and potentially Bahamut fought a bunch of the Garleans at some point, I think. I think it was part of a cutscene.
Wow.
The northern sky doth burn full bright upon the Wormlord's call. The red behemoth beckoneth, and flame consumeth all.
Oh, that's not Almasing or anything.
The old Curthin rhyme.
Almasing.
Yeah, I did say that, didn't I?
Old Korean rhyme.
Ominous. I didn't even know
The
that
brightening of the
Yeah.
Dragonstar is said to accompany the roar of a great worm. The astrologians believe that it was Midgard Soma himself who cried out on this occasion.
Isn't he
After an
dead?
absence of centuries, the King of Kings did return to lead his kind against the might of Garlemald,
Oh.
only to fall in his duel with the Agrius, proud flagship of the Garlean fleet.
I remember that now.
Devoid of life, his corpse remaineth entwined about the Magitech monstrosity even unto this day.
Oh.
Ariange has the right of it. Whatever this alteration in the Dragonstar portends, the Great Worm has shown no sign of life.
I guess that's a good thing.
Tataru, have the Domans reported aught out of the ordinary?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Midgard-Zorma had roared, wouldn't we have heard it here in Revenant's Toll?
Roar is but a figure of speech. Dravanians can communicate in ways beyond our ken.
Plus, he could be congested.
It is for this very reason that we are forced to look for signs in the heavens. We cannot say with any confidence that a great worm roared at all, much less that it was Midgard-Zorma. Only by directly examining the Keeper of the Lake can we be certain. However, it will take too long to gain the Holy See's approval to dispatch the Temple Knights. Therefore,
geez.
Sir Emric would entrust this task to you. Do you accept?
Okay.
Stoic nod.
Derek, no.
I can go look at a
You knew
dragon
you would not
skeleton.
disappoint us. Now, if you would excuse me, I must return and assist the Lord Commander. We have precious little time to prepare.
Well, if you go and examine
To
the
prepare
skeleton,
for
it might
what,
still
pray
be
tell?
there. Legend of Zelda style.
When a great worm roars, his brethren cannot choose but answer. We prepare for battle.
Fair enough. I guess it's probably better that you prepare and potentially end up being wrong.
Yeah.
than you
Yeah,
do
especially if the other dragons are basically, like, forcibly called
Yeah.
to it. Kind of like the Dragon Scepter in MLP. No, there's actually a thing. There's like a scepter that lets the Dragon Lord control the other dragons, or at least, like, order them.
I believe that. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, oh crap.
Yeah. Forgive me if I state all what you already know, but I would ensure that you understand the nature of your destination. So I stated what we now call the Keeper of the Lake is the wreckage of Argrius, former flagship of the Imperial fleet, and the corpse of the worm responsible for its destruction. 15 years ago, in his next step in his campaign to subjugate Izoria, Garius von Belzar attempted to seize control of Mordella. So massive was his force that all thought his victory was a foregone conclusion. But but an unlikely ally came to Azora's aid that day. Mishgarminer, legendary guardian of the Silver Tear Falls, burst forth from beneath the waters of the lake and led a host of dragons against the Goyen airships overhead. In what would later become known as the Battle of Silver Tear Skies, the Great Worm felled countless airships before engaging Argus. In this ensuing struggle, the flagship Centurion engines failed, and it tumbled into the lake below. This victory came at a great cost, for the explosion which followed claimed the life of the Great Worm as well. That same explosion transformed Silver Tear Falls into the desolate wasteland it is today, draining the lake of its water and crystallizing aether from miles around. Oh, that explains why the entire area is just like solid crystal all over the place.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A remnant of the lake remains, and at its center, a constant reminder of the fateful day long ago. In accordance with Sir Amric's wishes, our domain allies have been standing watch over the Keeper of the Lake. It would be wise to speak with them before investigating the wreckage yourself. Be careful, my friend. We know not what danger awaits you. Now then, let's not neglect our own tasks. There's much to be done and precious little time to do it. And that, I think that the person who turned into Shiva, it's implied that she also has the Echo, and that she may have directly interacted with the skeleton of the dead dragon, which may have been the reason why she decided to turn against like Ishgard and what they were doing, because she was an Ishgardian. And her last words before fleeing were to see with eyes unclouded, or something along those lines. So it could be that whatever she saw is directly related to the dragon skeleton, and we might be about to be getting some more detail. Also, the sky is now purple.
Of course it is.
Oh look, there's the Crystal Tower.
Aww. Hey Gratia, how you doing in there, buddy?
Are you sleepy? Oh, it's either going to be a dungeon or it's going to be a battle, I think.
Oh.
Or at some point it's going to be a dungeon at least.
Hi, Fluttershy.
You want to look, sir? I was about to send word to Revenant Stoll about the Goleans. Of late, I've seen small airships likely from Castrum Sentry come and go from the Keeper of the Lake. Though I can't say for certain at this distance, I believe they may be salvaging something from within the wreckage.
Uh-oh.
The Castrum supply lines have been cut for some time, and I'd wager they're desperate and needed spare parts or other equipment. So it's true then, the Ishgards honestly fear that the worm might rise again? Well, from here, it seems rather unlikely, but if it's assurances they want, you'll have no choice but to inspect the corpse in its entirety. Oh, I just realized, that corpse is huge!
Yeah!
Yeah. Easier said than done, given the creatures which inhabit the wreckage, and the aforementioned Goleans won't take kindly to your presence. That's okay, I've dealt with them before, at least.
Don't worry,
They're sure to open fire upon an airship, so I advise a more stealthy approach. Take this boat and a few of your comrades to the base of Argus, and then climb to the top. That's the only viable approach, I'd say. Fair enough, we don't want to get shot down. The Keeper of the Lake is now accessible.
Woohoo! Alright. Dungeon time. Or battle time.
Oh, I can enter with a party of NPCs. That's nice.
Okay.
I usually like to do dungeons with a party of NPCs first if I can, just because that way it lets me explore it at a more...
On your own pace.
Yeah, at my own pace. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Are we sure? Honestly, it looks very lifelike for being a corpse. Oh wow, this isn't like a dragon. This is like a like long, like snake-like dragon.
Yeah.
It's weird because most of the other dragons we've seen have been like full-on normal dragons. So
they use the word worm.
Yeah.
It's often used synonymously with dragons, but they are meant to describe beasts that have at least some differences.
Yeah.
At least traditionally used in dragons and worms and other creatures of the like have been used countless times, and there's more variations to, dragons. There's about as many variations to dragons in media and stories as there are variations to vampires.
That's fair.
Not to mention everything about like the folklore and all that stuff. So, what I do think is interesting, you were mentioning that he actually seemed quite lifelike, despite the fact that he took up the for a while. Because almost always, dragons are depicted as creatures that are incredibly long-lived, if not immortal. That is the case. Perhaps, like, it can take a path that could factor into its end as well. Perhaps, even though it's been dead and left exposed to the elements for a while, because it is such a being that has such longevity, perhaps that enables
Yeah.
but if not that, perhaps also crystallized ether all over the place, perhaps provide some.
Yeah. Hey, Rose.
Hi, Rose. How you doing?
Yeah.
Surface of Norse mythology.
Okay. Okay, that does make some sense. Oh, if it's Norse, is that like the world's right? The world snake?
Maybe.
Because I do remember I do remember that from God of War Ragnarok. Yeah, there it is, the world snake. I remember that. That was in God of War, the two most recent God of War games. It was a giant snake that like wrapped around the world and was sent back in time during his battle with Thor during Ragnarok.
My language is Garthmore. I am so sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, Rose. I probably should not have even tried to do it because I wasn't congested.
I still say your congestion doesn't sound that bad, but
I will say today it feels a bit more like rooted. Yesterday, I swear, congested squirrel.
Congested squirrel.
Congested squirrel and or talking down the end of a paper towel too. I honestly amused myself mostly.
As compared to when you don't normally amuse yourself?
I mean, look, I usually amuse myself pretty well. It's why I can, you know, pass my own time easily enough and laugh at myself a lot, but yeah, no, this is something that happens to me, like, the sword something I don't get sick very often. So, yeah. Rose, you don't have to answer this, but you don't have to be asking, what is your, if I'm reading your comment correctly, it sounds like English may not be your first language. What is? If you don't really know.
What? Where does this thing get a Gatling gun?
Oh, okay.
That's also cool, but also, where does this thing get a Gatling gun?
I don't know. Maybe from the people who used
Ow.
I don't know. Maybe they took over some other technology that was used by the Empire.
Yeah, the Groians.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Why this boy decided to pick up the thing and play with it is a different story, but maybe he was bored and not able to entertain himself as easily as I can entertain myself.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. Also, that's very cool, Rose.
Oh, gotta get far away from that one, if I remember correctly. Yes.
So are you actually, I mean, again, you don't have to answer this if you're not comfortable sharing it, because I understand internet safety and everything, but are you actually joining us from Iceland? Because that's really awesome. I mean, obviously, it's awesome that you join us anyway, so it'd be cool to see. I think it's cool to see in room, but oh, cool!
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more of these things. Avoid the bombs. There we go. Finally did. Oh, we have to deactivate the barriers of the Golians.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, friends. Oh.
Did you not realize the robot was moving?
Oh, I mean, by the time No, not until he actually started stepping forward with angry thumps. Running between this robot's legs. Like, I don't even think you have to duck. That's how big this robot crushes. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I thought it had already picked it up. Alright, that's one barrier down. Oh, and the stupid alarm's going off. That's what that weird noise is. Hello!
Can you just imagine what it must be like to be one of those hobo guys? You know, you're up here in this, like, you know, entire crystalline area, like, going through this crazy tower that is basically wrapped with this ancient, like, worm creature. And you're out there for supplies and stuff, and then all of a sudden, here comes in
The Warrior of Light.
the Warrior of Light in his fancy gentleman outfit, wielding a sword that looks like tightly left butt cheek and starts flashing at your robot.
Shield.
Oh, what did I say?
Sword.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure there is a Titan sword. I just, you know, haven't fought Titan 20 times to try and get it in the random drops.
I wonder what that one is made out of. Maybe his right toenail? It's okay. Don't you have your Moogle sword right now?
Yes.
Your Moogle sword that squeaks when you put it away, and the shield made out of Titan's butt cheek, and he just comes in and he starts completely messing you and your robot up. And I'm like, well, crap. My day just got infinitely worse. I hate this.
Yep.
Well, do you think that they ever have a level where they're just kind of looking at, like, when they're able to take in you and take in everything that you look like, and you're like, what the actual hell? How did this happen?
You can get a weapon from Titan on Extreme more than the mounts.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize that the Extreme would also give me a mount. Good to know for future reference.
Yeah.
And let's take out Mr. Robot. Kick you in the butt.
That looks like you shoved your sword way up his behind.
Good thing he's a robot.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sorry, Rose. I kind of forgot that sometimes the Extremes can drop mounts, and unfortunately, I'm not at the point where I can do the Extremes on my own.
Yeah, I just thought of something really cursed. Really cursed. Are you ready?
No, but okay.
Alright, so you know how in the worst game I ever in Planet Crafter they just randomly start talking about coffee enema? If you are shoving your sword up the robot's behind, does that count as a Moogle enema? I told you I was cursed! I can't know. I think I can blame me. I don't know what I can blame for that one.
The internet. Blame the internet as a whole, because we do not need coffee enema was cursed. We do not need Moogle enema. Oh, look, a gunship.
Oh, great. Do we get to jump into that and shoot things? Because
I wish. I wish, although it just reminds me of the first boss from the, what is the game? I'm trying to remember. Armored Core, I think.
Okay.
It's one of the FromSoft games, and the first boss that a lot of people struggled with is a massive gunship.
Like this.
Oh, God.
One of your thaumaturges said, I'm beginning to grow tired of being struck from the sky.
Yeah, well, with creatures like this, I can see why. Distraction! Oh god, things are on fire.
Woo!
No, attack this guy. The guy just wasn't attacking.
Come on, Ben. Come on.
Oh, he's doing carpet bomb. Careful, next up is the floor bomb. Followed by the sink bombs.
Yeah. Carpet bomb, one step above or launch bomb.
Oh, I think he's about to do his flaming attack again. Yep.
That's be confused with the that's be confused with the wall bomb.
Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it a second time.
Woo!
All right, that thing's down, and now we just have to defeat question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay, perfect. Just look at that, just how it shows up in your thing. First sign.
Magitech gunship launches an assault. Oh, we're on the monster.
No time for grumbling. Okay. Yeah, you are.
Our poor healer is constantly being targeted.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think that I'm able to target the gunship at the moment.
There. What? This is even bigger than the dragons in Tears of Kingdom.
Yeah, I could tell that when we were approaching. It's like, oh my god, if it's this big and it's like wrapped around the ship multiple times,
Yeah.
and given how big the ship looked even from a distance. Oh, it's going to attack that. Thank you!
Ugh. This dragon must have been ancient. Assuming, creature, whatever. I mean, if they were drawing off of, like, if it was I don't know much about it.
The name, it's in the name itself. It's meant to be big enough to go around the whole world, I
Yeah.
think.
Which goes back. Traditionally, I think, and at least this is true for a handful of dragons in which, I mean, this is at least true for the handful of stories that I've read that have featured dragons. The bigger a dragon is, the older it is.
Yes. Works that way in MLP too.
Yeah. That way in Game of Thrones, it's that way in Aragon. I think it's that way in Lord of the Rings. Other examples. I mean, there's dragons, there's actually somewhat that way in Harry Potter, too. Dragons don't actually consider permanently to their sex, but the dragon Norbert was very baby when she was born. She was like in the second little, like, when she looked at that,
I think I remember that.
yeah. Oh, bless him. Look, he knows his mommy.
Did they ever confirm what happened to the dragon, or?
She was taken to Romania with one of Ron's brothers, and as far as we know, she's doing fine.
Yeah. Mapping the round, keeper of the lake.
I don't think she was. Ooh. I don't think anything really. I don't think of anything of note was ever confirmed to have happened to her, even during the war.
Who treadeth now upon my bones and waketh
It's alive!
me
It is
from
alive!
slumber sweet?
Oh, he's sleeping.
How are we the ones that woke up? Whoa! Hey! This place is crawling with people and robots. Is that how we're the problem?
Oh, his soul.
Hey!
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Holy. He summoned a ghost form of himself that's smaller.
It's like Phantom Ganon, really.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's not even that much smaller than that, but
Yeah. The thing is that the head is not as big as you would expect. The body is just so long. Question mark?
I'm surprised it's actually not its own fight. Or like, you know, not its own like, you know, like the fight is its own dungeon. Jeez.
You know, kind of like Gilgamesh and
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
Phantom Camp.
I mean, it was that way. Whoa. It was kind of that way for what's it called? The Crystal Tower, wasn't it? Where the actual fight against like their main antagonist in the dungeon rather than its own.
Disgust. It literally had an ability called Disgust.
Uh-huh.
Yeats. I think that when it does a certain attack, yeah, the spirits will also do an attack. How bold thy defiance.
That makes me think that when you fight Muhammad and kind of like holds out the spear there.
Uh-oh.
And starts breaking.
Yeah. I think we gotta take these guys out, otherwise we're gonna die.
Oh god! Oh god!
Yep. Oh god, what is this?
It's like lava. It's like where are the room?
That's one down. Another one. I knew it. So that's our gifted.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been told.
Yep. Ah, everyone hug me? Oh god, there's like 3 circles here at once.
Whoa!
Oh, it's multiple attacks at once.
Oh my god.
Because it was the attack where if we got close enough to each other, then we could avoid the damage.
Oh.
Oh. I can see why this guy was able to take down the airship. And it also speaks to the strength of the airship itself, that the battle technically ended in a draw.
And that's interesting because airships, from what I've seen, seem to be like fairly new technology around this.
Yes, though the Garleans have better ones than Missoria has.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Eat butt cheek. Condescension.
You're getting there. You're getting it. Okay, you got him. You got him.
Da da da.
Oh. Alright, well, what the actual hell happens now?
I don't know.
Hey, man. Oh, you got tombstones. Congratulations.
I got some trousers. Thanks for letting me steal your pants, my friend.
Can you just imagine going back to like Regalia and being like, hey, I kind of fought the soul of the dragon and I came back with a bunch of rocks and some pants. I don't know how everything is going. But...
Alright, now what happens?
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
Her gifts. Heidelin, probably.
Yeah.
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen.
Oh, well, aren't you important? Okay, here we go.
Guided by a star.
Oh boy.
My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn.
Oh.
Oh,
At least I now know why Heaven's Ward's gonna happen.
Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds.
why? But the Suns didn't have anything to do with it.
To be fair, they did, as the Ishgards were making their way north to set up where their city is, they were attacked by a dragon. One of them with a spear managed to steal its eye,
Oh,
and that is actually how I became an Azora Dragoon.
cool.
So,
Okay.
and they still have the eye as like a sacred treasure or something of that one dragon, so I don't know if that's what they're referring to or something else, but...
We
Yeah.
do not forget. We do not forgive.
You look very strange for an elephant.
Oh my god.
7 children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution.
So it wasn't him, but another one of his children that did.
I arise to join in the chorus.
So does this mean that the fathers must answer for the sins of the children? Is that what you're saying here?
I don't know.
Powerless
No.
to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
Oh dear, it's time for you to get murdered, I guess.
We'll see. What on earth? I don't...
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen.
So Hydaelyn still protects me. Wait, does that mean that he... Oh,
What?
dragons apparently can be corrupting. Like, their influence can kind of, like, infatuate people and corrupt them. Sort of like the primals, but it's implied to be different in some way, I think.
Okay.
But I'm guessing that this actually confirms that it is sort of like a primal. They can basically corrupt people because they're so powerful.
Oh boy.
Turning them into, like, the Taken people. Oh, jeez.
And if he has 7 children.
To me, Hydaelyn, I remember, and I consent.
What?
What?
Is he gonna let me see an echo?
Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
Okay, well, assuming everything goes okay,
Yeah.
you're not dead yet.
Is he going to show me something? Oh, what's he doing now?
You gonna get possessed by a dragon?
No.
Whoa! Whoa! Hey!
What on earth is that?
I don't know, but it seems like it could be harmful.
I think it's gonna show me the future, or it's gonna trigger the echo.
Hey!
Oh, I'm back in
Space.
with my crystals.
Yeah.
Wait, is it gonna show me how to form a blade of light on my own?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I can get rid of frickin' La Habrea.
What?
That doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like they're...
It looks also kind of like they're being corrupted by shadow in a sense. Well, what does this mean? But it seems to be triggering something.
I feel like your platform's gonna break out from underneath and you're gonna fall. Now you don't have the echo. Hey!
I don't have the echo anymore.
Rude? I mean, that feels rude.
Wait, does that mean I'm vulnerable to primals now?
Uh-oh.
Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker.
Maybe a little.
Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine.
Oh.
And I can't hear Heidelind's voice
You
anymore.
little rat bastard.
I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
This actually feels worse than him.
It does. She hadn't talked to us for a long time, though, so...
Hey.
Huh?
Hi.
Now what?
Hi.
The covenant binds me to thee.
So is now he your guardian deity?
I don't know.
I shall watch, listen, and wait.
Oh, God.
Fight and struggle, if it be thy will.
The fact that this is happening outside of an expansion.
Uh-huh.
Now the question is, will I eventually get my Echo back at some point?
I hope so.
Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp.
Okay, yeah, maybe we kind of sucked a little bit in that regard, but seriously, dude?
I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life.
So if you're drinking from Heidelind's bot, does that mean he's using Heidelind's power to revive himself?
Oh, God. If he's able to sever the bond between you and her,
Loyal and penitent shall
it seems like he's strong enough not to need her.
Yeah. And it seems like once he's like back to full strength and revived, those who worship him will be spared, and those who don't, very much primal
The
sounding.
that's
dragon
unfortunate.
song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
Oh, Jesus.
I was not expecting to lose the Echo.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, other than that, it doesn't seem like anything like physically hurt me. Like I'm still very strong. I'm just. It seems like, summon Mystical by selecting the corresponding end.
You can summon him as a minion?
You know what? I feel like I kind of have
Are
to.
you kidding me?
Father of the Dragons, Keeper of the Lake, Band of Legion. It's difficult to believe the Yom-Long Pup could be any of these things. He assures you his current form is only temporary. Oh, he awaits the reconstruction of a new corporeal vessel.
Okay.
Oh my god, this isn't even a little thing. This is like literally him just
As baby.
as baby.
As baby.
I am so confused.
Look at you dumbass baby.
Were those explosions I saw?
Oh, yeah.
It sounded like to me. Alpha left a message stating you return to the Rising Stones at once.
So did Alpha just, like, come out here, ask the guy where you were, looked up at the...
He may have sent a message.
Looked up... I'm just picturing little Alpha looking at him, like, being like, well, Aura's got this in hand. Here, tell him to come back to the Waking Sands when he comes back.
And to think, like 2 patches ago, I basically fought Ramau to basically prove that I could be the Defender of Hope.
Yeah.
And now I apparently can't use the Echo anymore. I mean, I still have my accomplishments, and I'm still plenty strong, at least as far as I can tell. It doesn't look like the story has made me lose dramatically for story reasons yet, but... Oh my god.
Yeah, you know how they go.
Oh, bot.
Bad.
I don't even think it was published, because it almost popped up and I just didn't see it.
It wasn't on the stream, if I'm...
And on the screen, then it probably wasn't published, but I'm still banning the person anyway.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, they're restricted because it's likely Banivator.
Why is it that this is just what people do with their time? Like,
Yeah.
seriously? Hi, Appanod.
Praise the 12, you are hale and whole. Came soon to me informed me of Sarah Elmrich's request. You complete an investigation to keep waiting ticket. Let's hear your report. This is going to be interesting.
I wonder how you even begin here.
You conversed with Margusworm. Swear, if anyone else to make such a claim, I regard them with considerable skepticism.
Too bad your minions don't show up in the cutscene. You could show me, look, this is my baby.
We the Warlord did not perish and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years.
Apparently.
Less a resurrection and more rejuvenation for he who dwells in eternity, years passing as moments.
Fair.
Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn.
Yeah, that's not exactly pleasant.
Clearly, an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sarah Elmerick immediately. However, we dare not divulge our conversation with Megamorm in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of the Dragavarn is a grave but necessary risk, lest we forget men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much.
Well...
For your own protection, for the sake of our tenuous relationships with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room.
Oh, the truth is going to come out eventually, isn't it?
Most likely.
Yeah.
Did I tell them that the fact that I apparently can't use the echo anymore? As for how we shall present our revelation to him, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now.
Most likely, yes. I don't see any reason why you would hide it. Maybe Minfilia is going to talk to you about it now.
Mm-hmm. Is there something you're not telling us already?
Oh, maybe not. Maybe you didn't say
Seem
it.
different somehow. It's almost as if you're missing something important.
Oh, I guess you didn't share it. Yeah, you are now, I guess.
12. Forfend. Maxim stripped you of your blessing of light? Are you alright? How do you feel? Apparently, I don't actually feel that different.
It's dark now.
See, there's a relief to hear you otherwise unharmed.
He's at least telling her that she's okay.
Yeah, beggars believe that one can possess the power to deprive you of her blessing.
Yeah, right?
Mishgar made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm.
Huh.
Erakan and Nemea, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Metamorm ever to watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. Could that be why Hydaelyn is weaker because of what happened at the falls? Because apparently, the Shadow guys have been saying that she's been weakening, and we haven't heard anything from her since we Magic of Friendship La Habrea.
Yeah.
She hasn't spoken to us at all.
Yeah.
I've had one or two echo flashes, but that's about it. Wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Hydaelyn himself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claims, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let's keep this matter to ourselves and not wish to burden our friends needlessly. Yeah, and so far, as much as I've used the Blessing of Light on occasion, it's mostly just helped me with Ultima.
Oh, hey buddy. Oh, you're mad.
Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate?
Oh my god.
What hast thou wrought by thy own hands, mortal?
See how bad you are? See your face. You normally, it takes a lot for your face to look like that.
Yeah, it is becoming more common now that we're past the initial game, but...
Yeah, you're definitely more expressive, but still, you don't normally show anger quite like that.
Yeah.
Hello?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah, it's a long story, though. Hi. Hi, Athanad. How you doing?
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other.
Oh, the one in Eorzea must be Bahamut, who haven't been able to do the quest because haven't gotten enough people yet.
The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature.
Oh boy.
Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different.
Still, though.
Now
Yeah,
that
be
you have
careful.
confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be
At
strengthened.
least they do have some advanced warning.
Yeah, that's fair.
I dare
And they know
not
what
presume
they're
to
up
speak
against.
for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises.
Oh, I thank you.
I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
I wonder if, knowing this game, it might be it might not be until the end of Heaven's Ward that I get the Echo back.
Okay. I hope you do get it back.
It would make sense if I got it back for the final fight.
Yeah.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Because nothing's ever that simple.
And it's the freaking keeper of the lake, buddy.
He was able to destroy my bond with Heidelin.
Yeah. My voice is cracking. Oh, good lordy.
Guards have war with the Javarians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. And all the time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Regardless of how strong these magic wards may be, I nevertheless fear that Ishgars are underestimating the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, right?
Though it was not Migamor or Midgar Smore who roared, and a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance and pray that our fears are unfounded. Yes.
Midgar S'more, huh? You think he likes marshmallows?
Yes. I'm gonna switch him back to Dragoon for a bit.
Okay.